What's going on, everyone? Cameron Blazy here, welcoming you to my team breakdown of the IPSA. I am the coach of the San Antonio Salandits, and we are here with our team breakdown. We had the draft yesterday, and it went pretty good. I made a questionable last round pick, but it's okay because I've already dropped it, but we'll have it week 1. But outside of that, you will see the Pokemon and their nickname, and then the number right beside it is what round I drafted it in, because I'm not going to go over like what round is what. I'm going over like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and so on and so forth. We get 12 Pokemon, 1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, 2 tier 3s, 2 tier 4s, a tier 5, your Mega, and then 4 free Pokemon with a total of 400 points. Just standard stuff like that. And yeah, we are here. So I'm going to go over my draft. So going into this, I had the 16th pick, which means I had the wheel pick. And most people would want that, but I don't like the final wheel pick because I don't like wheel picks at all. Because 15 Pokemon were drafted, and then 30 are drafted in between each time, in between my 2 picks. So I draft 2 Pokemon and 30 go out the door, and I just don't like that. But I feel like we made it work. We got some good Pokemon. As you can see, our top 2 are Excadrill and Entei. And as you saw by the title, you know what our team is, but we're still going to go over it. So as our tier 1, I grabbed Excadrill because Excadrill is really good. It's probably the best rapid spinner in the game. It has a base of 110 HP, 135 attack, 60 defense, 50 special attack, 65 special defense, and 88 speed. Now, that may be underwhelming, but this thing gets 3 really good abilities in Sand Rush, which doubles its speed in Sandstorm, meaning it hits, I believe, 550 in the sand if it's adamant, and then like over, I think, almost 600 without it. This thing is very, very scary in the sand. In Sand Force, in sand, it does 1 times 3, 1.3 damage extra in Sandstorm. So if like our opponent has a slow team, we can run Sand Force. Just putting that out there. And then finally Mold Breaker, so things like Mega Sableye that usually can swap in on Excadrill setting up Stealth Rocks, or clicking Toxic will get poisoned because it ignores the ability. And I like that because I like a Pokemon that can have multiple really good abilities. Just to go over its moveset, it gets Brick Break, Drill Run, Earthquake, Facade. It gets Hone Claws, Iron Head, Poison Jab, Rapid Spin. It gets Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, X's are Toxic, Swords Dance, Substitute, Stealth Rocks, Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace Excadrill can hit things like those pesky Mega Venusaurs that's in the league. Besides that, it doesn't have many good moves. It does get Magnet Rise, which is interesting. It gets Iron Defense as well, so we can run like a bulky set. Terms on like what you can run on this thing, you can have that. You can give it Leftovers, a Choice Band, a Choice Scarf, Assault Vest, Life Orb. This thing can do just a lot of stuff. Expert Belt if you don't want to take that damage. But the drill, we grabbed it round 2 with our Mega, which I'm pretty sure you saw, but we will go over that in a bit. So, sorry about that, just had to pop my back. Going up to my next pick, we had Sacred the Entei. I grabbed this thing round 4 with, well, not with, I was about to say with Excadrill, but that's false. But so I grabbed Entei round 4 because I needed a offensive fire type, because those are very, very scary. And Entei is probably one of the best choice band users in the game, because it has a base 115 HP, 115 attack, 85 defense, 90 special attack, 75 defense, and 100 speed. Which is really nice, is because this thing gets a move called Extreme Speed and Sacred Fire. Sacred Fire has a 50% chance to burn, which is insane. It also gets Stone Edge. It gets Will-O-Wisp. You can run a bulky set. It gets Iron Head for those fairy types. It can be special. It does get Calm Mind, which is pretty nice to know. It gets Eruption and Extra Sensory, so it can hit like Ghost types and stuff like that better. And also, if I sound a little bad right now, it's because I'm sick. I'm sorry. I meant to say that earlier, but it's all good. But Sacred the Entei is here. This thing's going to be our primary like physical wall breaker, even though we do have a lot of physical wall breakers. But Excadrill is more of like a late game sweeper for me the most of the time. And this is a very offensive team, if you can't tell. We do have some bulk like Gastrodon over here, but we're just going over our Entei. Entei does hit really hard, especially with a choice band. You can run Charcoal though if you need to switch up your moves. Like I said, 115 special attack with Sacred Fire is very, very hard to swap into. So that is that. Up next we have Tai Long the Mienshao. I grabbed this thing around 7, which I feel like was a good grab. Mienshao is a very fast, very hard-hitting Pokemon. It gets Inner Focus, Regenerator, and Reckless, which is 3 really good abilities. Again, I like things that can run multiple abilities. Inner Focus means things like Mega Lopunny have to think twice before they fake out on us, because we will outspeed before them. Excuse me. Regenerator does allow us to regain our health after taking prior damage. And then Reckless, we can run High Jump Kick, and it does a lot more damage. This thing has a base 125 attack, 95 special attack, 105 speed, so this thing can be special. 60 in the defense is 65 HP, so it's very, very frail. But this thing does get Calm Mind. It also gets Baton Pass, it gets Acrobatics, Aura Sphere, Brick Break, Drain Punch, Fake Out, it gets Focus Blast, it gets Grass Knot, High Jump Kick, Knockoff, Low Kick, Poison Jab, Power Up Punch, gets Rock Slide and Stone Edge, it gets Swords Dance, it gets Taunt, Toxic U-Turn, it gets all those moves. It also gets Aerial Ace, which is interesting. So this thing it has a lot it can do, but the best set, in my opinion, is the Life Orb Regenerator with High Jump Kick, but sometimes you'll need to run Reckless or Inner Focus, depending on what your opponent has. Swords Dance Mienshao is super hard to swap into. I'm pretty sure it gets Vacuum Wave as well. Does not, I'm lying to you, I'm sorry. But, this thing hits very, very hard. It's very hard to swap into because Ghost types have to think twice because this thing does get Knockoff, and most Ghost types don't want to take a Knockoff unless it's Mega Sableye, basically. So if you can make a good prediction, this thing can just do really, really good against your opponent's team. So that is that. Mienshao, like I said, good sets are like Choice Scarf, Life Orb, Choice Band, Leftovers if you're running bulk, if you need to like take a hit, which this thing isn't going to take a hit well, but Regenerator it can if you need it to. So up next we have Aerodactyl. I don't have a nickname for Aerodactyl, so question of the day is, what is your best Aerodactyl nickname? Because I need one. Because I don't know what to name Aerodactyl. I've never used an Aerodactyl in League. I grabbed this thing around 11. It was second to last. I just didn't know what to grab, so I grabbed Aerodactyl. But I'm not too mad about it. It does get a really, really good coverage. Stat-wise, 80 HP, 105 attack, 65 defense, 60 special attack, 75 special defense, 130 speed. This thing is very fast, and it can hit really hard if you give it like a Life Orb or a Choice Band. Gets the Leftovers as well. Ability-wise, it gets Pressure, Rockhead, and Unaware, so it doesn't really benefit from its abilities outside of unless you know your opponent has to bring a berry. And Rockhead, I don't think this thing learns any recoil moves. Does it learn Head Smash? It does not learn Head Smash. Dang it. So, yeah, there's not much this thing can do, but it does give me a Defogger. It also gets Aerial Ace. It gets Aqua Tail. It gets Crunch, a Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Fire Fang. It gets all these special moves that I'm never going to use. It gets Hone Claws, Ice Fang, Iron Head, Pursue, it gets Return, it gets Rock Slide, Rock Polish, Stone Edge, it gets Tailwind, which can help support my team, it gets Toxic, it gets Taunt. So this thing can be like a team support, and it can also like sweep other people. It does get Thunderfang, but most people don't run Thunderfang because it doesn't hit that hard. But if I ever like run into something that's really weak to Electric, which I don't know if there's anything 4 times weak to Electric. Oh, was there? I gotta think. Yeah, there's water types and flying types. Silly Cameron. Thunderfang isn't going to be hitting that hard though, but it is a possibility. Again, this thing has a base 130 speed. So as you can see, our first three of our top 4 picks are, well, on this part, are over base 100 or at base 100. And Excadrill in the sand is faster than all of this, which is amazing. So far we have a very fast and hard-hitting team. Up next we have Electros, Elvis, my favorite electric type ever. It's probably the best Assault Vest user in the game. It also can be like a leftover set. You can run a Choice Scarf set because I've done that before, because it does outspeed something that I'm not going to say on this video because I think I play them, but it's pretty lit, and it does KO with a special move. So be looking out for when I bring a Choice Score for Electros this season. But that's the only time I'll ever run it. 9 times out of 10 I'm running like Assault Vest. So this thing gets a lot of good moves. It gets Acid Spray, Acrobatics, Iron Tail, not Iron Tail, it does get Iron Tail, Aqua Tail, Brick Break, Coil, Crunch, Discharge, Dragon Claw, Dragon Pulse, Dragon Tail, Drain Punch, Fire Punch, Facade, Flamethrower, Flash Cannon, Giga Drain, Grass Knot, Knock Off, Home Claws, Light Screen, I don't know why it gets Light Screen, Outrage, Power Up Punch, Return, Roar, Rock Slide, Signal, Meme. It gets Super Fang, Super Power, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Thunder Punch, Thunder Wave, Toxic U-Turn, Volt Switch, Wild Charge. And this thing just is probably the most diverse electric type in the game because it's slow, but it gives you a slow Volt Turner, and it can be a support team with like Super Fang, Acid Spray. It gets Coil, so you can like coil up on something, run a lot of special defense and coil. This thing is way better than I think people realize, and it gets Levitate, meaning it has no weaknesses outside of something with Mold Breaker. So we need to watch out for like things with Mold Breaker Haxorus, because that thing can actually hurt us. But it does get a Gastro Acid, which is really cool. I never realized that. Gastro Acid is really cool. Yeah, as you can see, it does get Iron Tail, so it can hit fairies on the physical side. Gets that powerful Zap Cannon if you're really just risking the biscuit. But outside of that, stat-wise, it's really good in my opinion. 85 HP, 115 attack, 80 defense, 105 special attack, 80 special defense, and 50 speed. Again, it's a slow, bulky electric type that has great coverage, and I like that. I like that with coverage is more important to me. If I had to sacrifice speed for coverage on something, I would do it most of the time. Just because like speed is not everything in Pokemon. Yeah, you're gonna outspeed things, but things like sometimes you need the diversity in a Pokemon. So that is that. Like I said, grabbed Electros round 8, and 2 rounds before that I grabbed Gastrodon, Cindy the Gastrodon. Oh my gosh, I needed a bulky water type, and this was the only one I wanted Jellicent so bad. I think it was like 4 picks in front of me, and someone sniped it from me, so I had to grab Gastrodon. But Jellicent was the one thing I wanted, but we made it work. We grabbed Gastrodon. Stat-wise, Gastrodon, 111 HP, 83 attack, 68 defense, 92 special attack, 82 special defense, 39 speed. This thing has the weirdest stat. It has nothing in the 5s or 0s, so I don't know. So this thing is very bulky with that 111 HP. 82 special defense and 68 special defense. Like, those aren't the greatest, but it does get good moves. It gets pretty good coverage. It gets Clear Smog, Earth Power, Blizzard, Ancient Power. It gets Earthquake, Body Slam if you want to paralyze things. It gets Facade, so I'm never going to run that. Ice Beam, Memento, Pain Split, Recover. It's a bulky water type of Recover. Rock Slide, Scald, the best move in the game. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, Stone Edge, Surf, Toxic, Waterfall. It gets Acid Armor and Amnesia, so I can boost those defenses if I need to. So that's very, very nice to know. It gets Bulldoze, so for speed control, which is really, really nice. But besides that, it gets Mirror Coat, so if like I'm predicting a HP Grass, I can just run a Mirror Coat. It does get Infestation to trap things, and then I can whittle them down by Toxic, and put Toxic and Toxic Stall things. It gets Yawn, which is pretty cool too. But Cindy the Gastrodon is here. Ability-wise, it gets Sticky Hold, Storm Drain, Sand Force. Sticky Hold is, again, 3 abilities I can use on a Pokemon with this team. Sticky Hold, I can't lose my item, which is very nice. Means this thing will permanently hold leftovers. Storm Drain, so I have a swap into Scald, which again I said earlier is the best move in the game. I have a swap into it. And Sand Force, I'm probably not gonna run that, but it does give me the option to run like Sand Force Gastrodon with a Life Orb. If I make playoffs and I'm just screwing around, I might do that. But Gastrodon is here. She is going to soak up some hits, and it's going to be amazing. So moving on to the last 6 Pokemon. In round 10, I grabbed Mismagius. Blair the Mismagius. I love Blair. It does get Levitate. Stat-wise, 60, 60, 60, and an HP attack defense, and 105, 105, 105, and special attack, special defense, and speed. I love Mismagius. It's probably my favorite ghost type. No offense, Hunter. Oops, I'm sorry. But Mismagius is here. It gets Calm Mind, Dark Pulse, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Destiny Bond, Gets Foul Play, doesn't need to invest in attack. He gets Haze, gets Magic Coke, Memento, Nasty Plot, Power Gem, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Sucker Punch, Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, Thunder, Trick, Toxic Will-O-Wisp. This is probably the most underrated ghost type in my opinion. It's one of the best Choice Scarf ghost types for its tier. It also could be run like a Life Orb, Nasty Plot, Sweeper, gets that. Also, it has you can put leftovers on it if you want to run like a bulky Hex set. But outside of that, you're not going to be doing much. You're not going to be taking hits with like knockoff and stuff like that. Your defense is pretty bad, but your special defense isn't terrible, but your HP is really not like helping. So, finally moving on to our Mega. Oh my gosh, round 1, I grabbed Mega Altaria. I wanted Mega Gardevoir, but this was a backup. I'm kind of shocked that Mega Altaria did not go. It's 75 HP, 110 attack, 110 defense, 110 special attack, 105 special defense, and 80 speed with Pixelate. Mega Altaria is great. It gets Cotton Guard, Agility, Draco Meteor, Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance, Dragon Pulse, Earthquake, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Heat Wave. You get that Hone Claws, you get Hyper Voice, Ice Beam, Outrage, Pursuit, Return, Toxic, Tailwind. This thing is insane. If I get a Dragon Dance up, it's basically over. Like I run Agility if I know I don't need the Dragon Dance. Cotton Guard can help me take hits. Dragon Fairy is probably the best typing in the game. Like Dragon Fairy is insane. It gets Heal Bell, so it can be a sort of supporter. Going down into some of its lesser moved moves. Gets Dragon Rush, so you can run that Hone Claws Dragon Rush set with what's a normal move that it can miss? Like let's go I've actually never researched this, but normal, and we'll click accuracy. Let's see, normal moves that have low accuracy on this thing. Alright, it does not have a low accuracy normal move. Dang it, I was gonna, oh well, it gets Giga Impact, Hyper Beam, Fury Attack, Takedown. Oh my gosh, I'm having too much fun with this. Yo, that powerful Fury Attacks. Oh my gosh, I need to stop. Well, that's Mega Altaria. Again, this thing is just crazy. I cannot wait to use it. I've never used Mega Altaria in a league. Oh gosh. I'm just adjusting, sorry. Again. So, yeah, again, Mega Altaria. Nimbus is here. She is ready to kill everything in the league. And she can do it. I believe in her. So, we're going to move on to Godzilla, or Tyranitar. Grabbed him 4th round. I'm pretty sure I grabbed Entei 4th round in this thing, round 3. I can't remember, but it doesn't really matter. Tyranitar gets Sandstream, and this allows us to set up the sand for our Excadrill. Not only that, stat-wise, this thing is amazing. 100 attack, 100 HP, 134 attack, 110 defense, 95 special attack, 100 special defense, 61 speed. It can rerun Smooth Sand, Smooth Rock. You can run it Leftovers, you can run it Life Orb. This thing gets Dragon Dance. It can sweep you. That's the thing with this thing, you have to prep for literally everything, because this thing has an insane move pool. Aqua Tail, Avalanche, Blizzard, Body Slam, Brick Break, Crunch, Dark Pulse, Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance, Dragon Pulse, Dragon Tail, Earth Power, Earthquake, Fire Blast, Fire Fang, Fire Punch, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, Foul Play, Home Claws, Ice Punch, Ice Beam, Ice Fang, Iron Head, Low Kick, Outrage, Power Up Punch, Pursuit, Rock Polish, Rock Slide, Seismic Toss, Shadow Claw, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, Superpower. It gets Surf, it gets Taunt, it gets Thunderbolt, it gets Thunder Punch, Thunder Wave, and Toxic. Jesus, this thing's moveset is kind of wild. And it gets Dragon Dance, it gets Rock Polish for setup. So, while its speed is only 61, but if you do like that, it becomes 442, which is outspeeding a lot of stuff. And that's just Adamant if I just run Adamant. And this thing's attack stat's high enough where you don't need a Dragon Dance to sweep. And that's what I like about that. Like, let's just do 252 plus real quick. And then we'll say Adamant. That's 403 attack, without a Dragon Dance. If this is a Dragon Dance thing, this thing will sweep you. It's kind of wild. This thing can be defensive. Its special defense gets really boosted by the sand. Its defense is already really good. It has really good HP. This thing is just amazing. I love Godzilla Tyranitar. Is one of my favorite rock types. I love rock type too. Dark type's my favorite type as well, so this thing's even cooler to me. Again, I cannot wait to use this thing. Up next we have Celebabe, the Celebi. Base 100s across the board, gets natural cure. Grab this thing in round 5. This thing is this definition of like a really good setup Pokemon. It gets Calm Mind, gets Baton Pass. So I can Calm Mind, Baton Pass. I just can't Baton Pass speed another stat. It gets Heal Bell, Healing Wish. It gets Nasty Plot. It gets Swords Dance, I believe. Yeah, it gets Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Thunder Wave, Toxic, U-Turn Trick, Zen Headbutt, Sucker Punch. I'm pretty sure I said that. Signal Beam, Shadow Ball, Seed Bomb, Recover, Psychic, Leaf Storm, Leech Seed. You can be the Sub-Seed set. Giga Drain, Grass Knot, Dazzling Gleam. This thing is really diverse. It's just 4 times weak to Bug. It is kind of scary. Mainly because you turn such a move, but we have a lot of Bug resist on the team, so I'm not worried about it at all. Celebi, again, it's a really good grass type. I needed a grass type. I didn't know what to grab, so I just said, hey, why not? I'll grab Celebi. I've never used it. So we have it. It's ready to sweep teams, basically. Not sweep teams. It's gonna, like, support the team real well. Like, get, like, a Swords Dance off against, like, a Choice Scarf. Or Nasty Plot on a Choice Scarf, Miss Magius, it's over. Oh my gosh, I'm just out of my mind right now. Yeah, Celebi is here, though. Can sweep teams, can put some pressure on. Yeah. Base 100, so our team's pretty fast. It has really good speed tiers. And something else that's really fast is our Ambipom. Technician Pickup Skill Link. Probably will only ever run Technician Skill Link because Pickup is not good. It has 75 HP, 100 attack, 66 defenses, 60 special attack, and 115 speed. This thing gets Acrobatics, Aerial Ace, Agility, Baton Pass. It gets Brick Break. You can run that Body Slam if you really want that support. Double Edge Facade, Fake Out, Fire Punch, Foul Play, Gunk Shot. It gets Ice Punch, it gets Ice Punch, Knockoff, Locate. Does get Home Claws for setup, which is nice. Nasty Plot, Baton Pass is a thing. Power Up Punch, Pursuit. Seed Bomb, Seismic Toss, Shadow Claw. It gets Switcheroo, it gets Taunt, Thunder Punch, U-Turn, Toxic, Thunder Wave. Yeah, this thing can like cripple walls with Switcheroo, which people don't seem to realize, which is really nice. And you could taunt it, so that Ambipom is more than just like a fake out U-Turn stat. It can do a little more, and which is what I like. 3 summits here. Don't ask why I named it that. It's just, I don't know. I'm so tired, my throat hurts. I shouldn't be doing this, but it's all good. So finally, as I said at the beginning of the video, I made a dumb choice. I grabbed Haunter because I didn't know what to grab, because they were rushing me, but it's all good. We did in fact drop Haunter. We're picking up Xatu, but that goes in effect week 2. So for now we have Haunter. Maybe we'll bring it just for the lull of it. I'm not going to go into too much in depth about it, but it does have 115 special attack and 95 speed. Everything else is garbage. Gets Destiny Bond, like Energy Bell, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave. Gets some grass. Gets Giga Drain, which is cool. Psychic, Sludge Wave, like I said, Will-O-Wisp. So, yeah, didn't mean to grab Haunter, but it's all good. So, that is that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, question of the day. What is a good Aerodactyl name? And also, who is your favorite member on the team? What do you think I can grab to make my team better? Such and such. Do you like the team? And yeah, that's about all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Battles will be up on Saturday, I believe, and team prep will be up on Friday, which I don't like, but you know, it's all good. I'm pretty sure that's what the schedule is. If it's not, then you'll probably see a different team prep somewhere else. Yada, yada, yada. So, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.